I'm a professional wildlife ecologist. I work all over the Southwest, multiple states, multiple different ecosystems, and we do a lot of surveying for rare botanical and faunal resources, so rare plants and wildlife. I got my first bike when I was about 7 or 8. My dad picked me up a little BMX bike and couldn't get me off of it. He eventually was the one who pushed me to get my first mountain bike. I didn't think it would jump very well. It was a completely different experience to dirt jumps in the BMX track. It was wild and fun and kind of a lot more adventure-based. But my dad was pretty instrumental to keeping me on a bike and really getting me into the sport. When you do either train yourself or learn to stop occasionally on a ride, put the brakes on, get off the bike, and just absorb some of your surroundings. Whether you are able to identify anything or not, you're learning more about that place. And when you do learn more about a place, I believe it really facilitates stewardship. You're going to respect it more. You're going to make more of an effort to make sure that that place is protected. If you've been hiking or mountain biking or doing any outdoor activity for any significant amount of time in Southern California, you're likely aware of wildfires, and you've likely noticed that they're happening more often. We've been suppressing fire for well over 100 years in Southern California. Some forests are very dense. They haven't had natural fires as often as they used to, so you have a lot of fuels there. Other areas are burning more frequently because we have more ignition sources. We have more people close to wild areas along the urban wildland interface. Those types of areas where we're seeing these really high intensity fires, we're seeing slower recovery of the forest. We're also seeing a shift in the composition of those forest species. So they're not going to be what they were before. They're going to be something different. They're having long-lasting and permanent impacts on the landscape. Some of the places we'll be riding today are going to take us through several distinct ecosystems. We're going to come up through Great Basin scrub, dominated by low-growing plants, shrubs, sparsely spaced trees. We're eventually going to ascend into some coniferous forests, more montane habitats. And at the higher elevations of the ride, we're getting some subalpine, and that's where we'll see some fairly rare trees and a lot of rare plants that are starting to bloom specifically this time of year as well. Places we ride through are at risk of some sort of permanent impact, whether it be a species going extinct or losing a chunk of its habitat. I felt almost obligated to share that with people I was riding with. So anybody I'd go out with, if stuff was blooming, I'd stop and make them look at it and teach them about it. And if you do it enough times, you start to see that the switch in them turn and you see interest start to develop. Then they'll start asking you questions organically on the next ride you're with. That's kind of egged me on further and further over the years, to the point now where I bring a camera along a lot of times with me and I photograph these landscapes and try to tell stories about places that need protection. Without people being aware of what's there, how are they ever going to fight to protect it?